And I think Legion's gonna swing here and possibly take him out. Pierre's got a good angle there. Pierre's got to watch his back behind him. He's going to get swung on. Pierre's going to find the one on the basic. It's a 2v3 now. Basic, this is a bad time to reload. You reload, you got it out of the area, but it's a 1v1. 1v1 now. Bills versus Zach for the wheel. Spills is going to find him. And Spills with the W. Greensburg Guardians. Division 1 champions.
All right, tech community, welcome back to another championship interview for season 3. We have with me tonight Lukedaman. He is the captain of the Greensburg Guardians Rainbow Six Siege Xbox team, and they were the champions this year for season three. So congratulations to Luke. Luke, how you doing tonight?
Not too bad. And how are you?
I'm pretty good. Just hanging in there. Want to hear more about your victory and your road to success, and without revealing too many of your secrets to your fellow enemies out there, kind of want to hear about how you guys found success this season. But before I get to that, tell us where you're from, tell us how you became a team captain, and how you discovered the esports company.
All right, so I'm from a city right next to Greensburg. For anybody in the area, I live in Jeanette. It's about half an hour, 35 minutes from Pittsburgh, which is where I claim to be. I was there enough growing up pretty much every other weekend, so that's really where I'm from. But I found out about tech. I was scrolling on Facebook, and I came across like one of those apply now for like an esports team, and I was like sitting here like really debating on if I was going to do it or not. And I ended up filling out the application, and then right away it was like, here's a Discord. You can go in, and once your respective GM or AGM reaches out to you, they'll send you the Discord, and I was joined from then. Now, how I got the captain position was pretty funny. It was season 2, so it was the first season that they had competitive Rainbow Six. And halfway through the season, our captain was like, yeah, I'm just gonna head out. And out of nowhere, he was like, Luke's in charge now, so if you guys have any questions, like, give it to him. And I woke up to this massive list on my Discord where it was like, hey man, things aren't working out for me right now in real life, so I gotta step back, take a break, so I'm leaving you in charge. And then as soon as I read that message, there's like 3 or 4 others from the teammates that we had at the time where it was like, hey, congrats, what are we doing, where are we going from here? So it was definitely kind of a shaky start, that's for sure, but I think we made up for the lack of competitiveness the first time.
Yeah, for sure. So you kind of got thrust into that role. It's pretty crazy. So I'd say that was kind of a wrench in the works. Let's talk a little bit more about your season's highs and lows, and maybe struggles that you guys had to go through. Obviously, that as a captain, but for you guys as a team, were there any roster changes during season 3? Going into season 3, were there any crazy things that happened to your team? I know you guys went undefeated, so I'm sure there was a lot of ups this season, but talk a little bit more about the highs and lows of season 3.
So going after we got eliminated, or I won't say eliminated, after we got 3rd place in the season 2's Rainbow Six season, we kind of had to take a step back. And going into season 3, I want to say it was 2 or 3 weeks before the season came along, I already had 2 solid roster spots in the form of Zach and Alex. They were 2 amazing players that really performed ever since they came into the team. So we really just were on the hunt looking for 2 more players to come in and be able to fill the spots that we need. And luckily, we had Baraka and McCrory come in, and those 2, apparently they've been gaming for years together. So they had the experience and the teamwork. The biggest problem was in those I'll even say 3.5 weeks up to the season, was trying to get our teamwork together and trying to get us all on the same page. That was the toughest part, because each pair, they played really similar to each other, and it was tough having at the time a team of 4 fraggers, but we were able to kind of tone down, have certain players take a step back from the fragging rule, play a little bit more defense, and all in all, we really made a solid team. And throughout the season, it showed. I believe it was the first game whenever we just completely dominated. And after the game, I'm talking to my team. I'm like, if we keep this up, we really have a shot of competing throughout the season. And that we did. That we ended up going undefeated. So
That's awesome. So who would you say throughout season 3? Who would you say was your toughest opponent before you got to the championship?
So prior to the championship, I think the hardest opponent that we faced was Scranton. The only reason that I say this is, first off, I need to say I have all the respect for Johnstown. We play with them and against them enough that we really are on the same page as opposition, and honestly, when we work together, allies. But when we played against Scranton, they were holding their own, and then they ended up dropping a man down. And even though they had 4 people, they still kept it pretty close. We ended up pulling away and winning by 3 rounds. I want to say 3 or 2 rounds, but they definitely kept it neck and neck for the majority of the game, especially a man down. So we were really expecting if they kept that energy and would take that into playoffs, playing them in the finale. But that's not how things ended up going.
Yeah, that's how playoffs. That's how playoffs are sometimes. It's you expect and you prepare for one team and you end up facing another. It's just kind of like I said earlier, another one of those wrench in the works that you guys were able to overcome. So let's talk about the championship a little bit. Obviously, you guys undefeated going into the championship. A lot of pressure riding on your team. It was a 3-0 victory, straight 3-0 victory over the Johnstown Steel. So it was very dominant. I did watch it back, but it seemed pretty hard fought. At least the second 2 maps, I think especially, were pretty close. There were I saw some disconnected air problems on both teams. So how did that affect your mental? Were you guys able to, how were you able to overcome that? There was, Penguin had that ace, that nasty ace. I think it was on map 1 or 2 or something, where he wiped out your team. And how did you guys overcome that? And without giving away too many strats to your opponents for next season, how did you guys prepare for going into the championship?
So to start at the beginning, since it was a playoff match, you go best of 3. But because we beat them the first and the second map, it ends up going on the scoreboard as a 3-0. But we really just beat them back to back, and that's what won it. But map 1, we were playing on Oregon, and we really came out straight. Like, honestly, in our heads before the game, we were listening to music, we were having a really good time, but we ended up getting focused. And I kind of was encouraging my team, just come out guns blazing, and we'll see how that goes. And I want to say it was 2 rounds, maybe. I don't really remember it all that much. I tried to get the stressful environment out of my head. So I just remember we were doing really well, and then a rehost happened, and directly after the rehost, Penguin drops an ace. And it was funny that happened because we were in the party, and I specifically remember Alex, who is toxic. He was like, "Listen, we gotta keep playing, keep cool, because Penguin can switch on in the matter of seconds." And as soon as he says that, he drops an ace the next round. So it definitely was something that we weren't really expecting, but we ended up throwing a couple rounds, and we were starting to get kind of shaky. But Oregon being our pick, we really just wanted to try our best and keep going, and we ended up doing what we wanted to do on that map. Granted, we kept giving them too many rounds, and I was kind of starting to debate on if I needed to switch up our strategies or run the alternative plays we have for some of these sites, but it ended up working the way that I thought it would.
Yeah, and I noticed you guys are very good about adapting to change, on the fly, not just saying, okay, going into this game, we'll do this, but like, something happens mid game and you're like, man, we got to counter this, or, we got to we got to focus on Penguin, or we got to do this and that. And you guys are really good with adapting to change. I also noticed during the championship you seem to favor Finka, I believe is the character's name. Would you say that that's your favorite character overall, or what is your favorite character in Rainbow Six to pick?
Finka is definitely my that character has my heart. I don't know what it is. I'm as much of a team player, or in Siege it's a support role, but I'm as much as a team player as I can be. I'm pretty sure I ended this season with the most assists. I don't know 100%, but I know that I was up there a decent way through the season with assists. Most of the time I can get tags on opponents, but I just can't always finish the kill. So I run Finka because whenever you use her ability, it gives your teammates 20 or 25 extra health. So when I pop that in, they end up getting in a gunfight. Every single down to the littlest one health bar, those matter drastically. So I run her to help give my team a little bit better chance of winning those 1v1s, 2v2s. And granted, when I pop her ability, it definitely messes with the recoil of their guns a little bit, but I feel like it's a nice little trade-off. So yeah, she's definitely my main for.
Awesome. Now, other than Rainbow Six, are there any other games that you play that you would like to share with the tech community, or maybe hobbies that you like to do outside of video games? What other games do you like to play?
See, I'm really big on games like Call of Duty. I like to play. I'm a really big soccer guy, so I like to play FIFA. Um, there's not really a game that I don't play. It's just I look forward to playing a lot of the games that are coming out here in the near future, like the new Halo. Rust is coming to console, so I'm really big with wanting to play that. But besides that, I mean, if I'm not playing a multiplayer game, I'm sitting back playing Skyrim. So
those are also all very excellent choices. I've dabbled in a little bit of each and every one of those. So awesome. Yeah. So as a team captain, you've had to lead and direct your team. Would you have any advice for new coming players to tech, not just for Rainbow Six, but for any sport? Could you give any advice to these players?
Honestly, when you come into tech, you're just, in my eyes, I'll talk about me and try to apply this to everybody. When I came into tech, I felt like a nobody. I didn't know anybody. I pretty much was just one of the hundreds of people that we have in the community. So my advice to people is, if you're feeling like that, just reach out. Try to start to make bonds with people. Try to play games that are outside your comfort zone just to get to know individuals. Because once you do, you start really building a reputation. I could talk about now how I know a majority of the people on Greensburg that really get involved with the community, let alone in tech in general. I have some really close friends that I made that are on each of the different teams that I really didn't picture getting as far involved in tech as I did. So just keep putting your name out there and just keep building relationships.
Very good advice. Yeah. And for people who want to maybe find you on social media, where could they find you on places like Twitter, TikTok, Instagram? What are your socials?
Okay, so for Instagram, my name is tactical_Luke_incoming, a little play on from Modern Warfare 2. But everywhere else, just look me up. My gamer tag is Lukedaman, LukeDaman151JNT. You can find me on Twitch or just add me on Xbox.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, congratulations again to Lukedaman, as well as the rest of the Greensburg Guardians Rainbow Six Xbox team. Before we sign off, do you want to give your shout outs to your teammates or anyone who helped you out through the season?
Yeah, you know what? I might as well. I got to give some huge shout outs, especially last season, to my co-captain, L7 Toxic. That's his media for everything. He makes some nice clips on different platforms, so check him out. But also to Zach, Baraka, McCrory, and also L7 Wavy. Really couldn't have done it this season without you guys. So good work, and let's get that back-to-back next season.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, congratulations yet again. And Tech community, don't miss. Season 4 is coming up May 17th. So be there, be square. There is, we're always looking for new players to get in here for Rainbow Six. Maybe Luke is maybe looking for new players on his team. So sign up now, and we can get you in. We got a month left before we start gaming, a little bit less than a month. So Rainbow Six, I believe, is streamed on Sunday nights. Is that correct?
Yep, Sunday nights, every Sunday.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So tune in yet again, Season 4, May 17th, Sunday nights, and we will see you later, Tech community. Bye, guys.
Peace.